Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. When our next guest walked into the Urban Rush studio, I said, hello, gentlemen, and they both started looking around for who I was speaking to.
They're both gentlemen. Dal Richards and Jim Byrnes are joining us to tell us what is going on at the Yale. How are you both?
Guys, how are you?
Hey guys, good to see you.
Nice to see
So
you
what's
too.
happening at the Yale, Jim? What's going on?
Well, as of a week today, November 21st, 2011, the Yale will be shutting its doors for at least 18 months, as they're building, you know, there's a huge condo, the Rolston, which is going up there, and
in Vancouver, a huge
yeah, right,
condo.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, what a location. I mean, that is prime location.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened before then. Meanwhile, as they build that, you know, they've already torn the Cecil down. There's a big hole in the ground. The building needs a serious seismic upgrade. It's 130. It's a wood frame building with brick on the outside, and so it needs a serious seismic upgrade. And as that goes on, they're also going to tear out the inside. They're going to redo the bar and hopefully you know, reopen in a year and a half.
Hopefully a year and a half.
Well, you know, I mean, you know what it's like.
It's construction,
in the
baby.
business. Yeah, exactly.
You never know. Now, of course, you've played at the Yale before.
Oh,
Dal, how about you? When have you played at the Yale?
I played there by accident once.
And what an accident it was.
I wasn't even booked for it. It was a filler.
Really?
But I have a long history of attachments to the Yale. Years ago in the 30s, there was a ballroom directly across the street at the corner of Drake and Granville, southwest corner that would be.
Yeah.
And I played in a band with Len Chamberlain. And there's a little story to how I got to play in that band. I was coming for an audition from downtown on the #1 streetcar. It used to be called the Belt Line, around down Granville, across Hastings, up Main, across Broadway, around and around. So I got so excited when I got to Drake Street, I jumped off the car and I thought, my God, I left my saxophone in the car.
Oh, you're kidding me. Stop! As you go.
And I did. I started, nothing happened. So I thought, okay, I guess the only thing to do is wait till that completes its circle and just hope.
Nobody took it.
And, which I did, and I got on the streetcar, there it was. Went in, and I passed the audition. So I was playing with Len, and I have a memory of the Yale from those days because liquor laws were entirely different than they are now, of course. The ballroom didn't have a liquor license. So at intermission, 300 or 400 people en masse. Right
Go have a drink?
Go over to the Yale.
There were no stoplights in those days. You know, of course, they just stopped traffic.
Jim, how about you? When did you first play at the Yale
Well,
Hotel?
they started having the blues music format in 1985. A guy named Sam Sorich bought the business. And Jack Lavin and he spoke about, well, let's put some blues music in there. And before that, it had been kind of, it was a little rough in there.
It was a seedy strip bar.
Well, yeah, it was. It had been over the years, you know, had changed hands and this and that. But just before that, and when we told people, they said, "You're playing where? No, please come down, see us. Please come down, see us. We're gonna." And you know, when we first started playing, the windows in the bathroom were all broken, and it was quite, you know, down to the. But we started going in there. Jack Lavin used to play in there with a regular band and did the jams. I was playing in there on a very regular basis, and they started bringing in, you know, and the room started chanting. People started coming down, and it became a real forum and a home for us. You know, you could really feel like you were in your living room, and people came down. They knew they were going to hear the blues. You didn't have to argue with the management about not playing top 40 covers or whatever. People knew that's what they were coming for, and then they started bringing in some really top name acts. Huge. I mean, over the years, I mean, just the pantheon of blues stars have played in that place. You know. And it became, you know, then they upgraded the room, and it became really a great place to go.
And you guys were having a little bit of a disagreement before we started the interview about the building and its history. Dal, is it, according to you, it's the building that survived the big fire? Is that right?
That's what I've read.
Yeah, you read that.
Fire. It was the only surviving building.
Because, well, the building was built in 1888. That's
What's 2 years between?
Dal Richards, caretaker of the history of Vancouver.
Yes, history professor.
Well, no, the building was built in 1888. So
All right.
If you're in doubt, go to www.the the Yale.ca.
And we'll give them
and it says that on there, but it's not true.
Perpetuate the myth. Now, Dal, you guys are playing together, and you guys have played together quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
You
a lot,
right?
yeah. But principally certainly always at the P&E and the outdoor stage. Jim has always been a regular guest with us on the Labor Day weekend there. And many other occasions.
Oh yeah, we've done so many. We used to do the Remembrance Day concerts at the Orpheum, and lots of we did some holiday things together. So it's many of the guys in the band are guys that I've worked with in other situations too. So it's a pretty tight knit.
Pair it down with a smaller band, or do
at the Yale?
Yeah.
Well, no, we're into the area of big bands. Be 11 of us.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
and Jim, that adds up to about 15.
What's 3 between friends, right?
And you guys are playing on the Sunday, but Jim, there's a whole celebration of music happening.
Wednesday night, there's a huge piano bash. Kenny Wayne, John Lee Sanders, Willie McCullough, Michael Van Nuys. Thursday night, Chilliwack, Sherry Ulrich. I'm going to be there playing along with the Lion Bastards, doing a few tunes. I think Friday, I know over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, Robbie Montgomery, Dave Gogo, so many of the the stalwarts from the blues. It's going to be a celebration all week long of the music.
Jim
that's been going
and
on.
Dal, we talk about you guys playing there or your experience with it as musicians, but I mean, as a music lover too, right? I mean, that's the other thing that must play into it for you. I mean, you get to see these people that just inspire you and continue to inspire.
Yeah, we saw. I mean, so many over the year. I mean, the people that I got to play with in there. I mean, Pine Top Perkins, who was Muddy Waters' piano player for so many years, and who I knew from when I was a kid in St. Louis. He used to be the house pianist at a place called Miss Herb's Moonlight Lounge. And,
I like the way you say that.
And Miss Herb's Moonlight Lounge.
Dal would never be caught dead in a place like that.
and then of course, I mean, guys like Otis Rush and Buddy Guy. I'll tell you a great story. One night, this would have been about '93. I was doing an episode of Neon Rider, and one of these deals that came up where I was booked to play that night at the Yale. I had to be out in Mission at 4:30 in the morning at Danny's Ranch to shoot. Shot all day, got in my car. I'd been up since like 4 in the morning, drove back to town, and I knew I had 3 sets to do, right? We were playing. Man, I don't know, this is going to be a tough night. And so I go in, and Amos Garrett is in town and says, "Hey, Jim, I'm in town. Can I sit in?" You bet.
Oh,
you bet.
Wow.
Please.
And then I get a phone call, and he says, "Oh, there's somebody on." And it's John Lee Hooker on the phone. He's in town. And he says, "I'm going to come down and see you, man." And so please do, And so we played the first set, and I said, "Listen, as the night goes on, I've got some special guests." And second set, I said, Amos Garrett. So Amos got up and kind of took over, and I just kind of sat back and played around. And
played a little rhythm guitar.
And then the third set, I said, I've got a very special treat for you. A good friend of mine is here tonight, and he's going to get up and take the stage. John Lee Hooker. And the roof went off to John.
Oh, yeah.
And I got through the night.
You got I was going to say, with a minimal amount of work and all the pay.
Did you make your call time?
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. The Yale Hotel closes on Monday, November 21st for 18th month, but there's going to be a huge celebration of music, and you can go to the website to find out more about the Yale, proudly presenting 130 years of music in Vancouver.
Very nice. Wednesday the 16th and Sunday the 20th. You can check out Jim there on the 20th as well. You can go to the Yale.ca, not only for all the show times, but also for a little bit of history of the building and perhaps to settle an argument with these gentlemen as well.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks,
You're
guys.
welcome.
We're going to take a quick break, and then Jim's going to play us a tune. Don't go away.